Good afternoon, everyone. Now, normally when we do a hotel and resort tour, we'll start outside, out front of the hotel, so you can see the facade, give you a good look at everything you might see as your first impression walking into the hotel. We tried to do that today. Hello, everyone. Needless to say, the weather did not cooperate with us. So we're gonna start out in here in our room and walk you around the hotel from here. We are staying in the Hotel Cape Charles. This is a courtyard room, technically. I'll show you what that means in just a second, but it's pretty expansive, a lot more room, a lot more space than we were expecting to have. It's been very comfortable for us so far. We have no real complaints. Popping that guy out so that nobody walks in on us. Right off the bat, this is your overhead lighting. Doesn't control much of any other lights in the room, including the bathroom lights. You're gonna have to turn this off manually when you leave. Just inside your door when you walk in, you'll find this door stop. It's got kind of an artistic design on it. Definitely got some weight to it. So if you want to hold the door open for visitors or for a delivery or something, right here. Now this bathroom is actually very artsy and modern. I guess the hotel is kind of modern, but the bathroom is a particular marvel of sorts. When I say that, I'm referring mostly to the aesthetic. So you have this big glass window, which lets in a lot of light, and just overhead, you've got these boards hanging. Kind of obstructs the overhead light, but gives you a nice cascade down here to the shower, which is, by the way, a full tub. And the shower head is not a waterfall shower head, but it does have some spread. Of course, you have your makeup mirror. You can turn that guy on, pop them out, get yourself pretty for the day, and you'll find all your extra towels, your tissue, your toilet paper, and your hair dryer down here to the right of the sink. Now, the blessing and the curse of the Hotel Cape Charles is that it was built into an existing structure. This is a restored building that has been modernized to give a modern hotel experience. These pipes are not 1,000 years old, but they're not new either. That, of course, means that your water pressure is not maybe what you're expecting from a Disney or a Universal resort if you've watched our previous vlogs. It's not bad, but it's not high power. That's not a problem so much as it's just a flag. Don't flush anything besides toilet paper. Now you do have a ceiling fan. This is what controls it just outside the bathroom, this little knob. So this is on. There it goes. This is your speed. So you can bump it up 3 times to get max speed on that fan. Honestly, you may find that you don't even need the ceiling fan because right next to it is your digital thermostat. Easily control the temperature in the room, keep it comfortable. We've had no issues so far. That AC unit is gonna be right above the bed though, so make sure you're not blasting cold air on yourself at night. You'll start to feel it around 12 o'clock in the morning and you'll regret your decision if you set it too low. As we enter the room itself, you'll notice some very modern furniture. Katie's over there in the corner enjoying her sit. Over here on the counter, they did give us a couple espressos, a couple of cups, and an ice bucket. Now, at the moment, we are having to go to the front desk for ice. They do have an ice machine, but it is not working at this time. It may well be working by the time you guys come here because they're pretty good about maintenance. So, we do have the ice bucket. We haven't used it much, simply because we don't feel like running back and forth downstairs. Adjacent our little coffee bar is our coffee maker. You have 2 sizes here. 1 button touch for a cup or a mug. Now there is much better coffee downstairs, so we haven't used this at all. You do have to pay for the coffee downstairs, and we'll walk you down in just a sec so you can see what that little shop looks like. But if you have no desire to pay for your coffee, you just want to have the free cup they give you, you can use your machine right in your room. Over here, this is your coffee bar light. Cable listing and room service menu are up top here. Then down underneath, this is your mini fridge. Ours opens opposite the way the cabinet opens, so we do need to clear quite a bit of space in order to open it up. But it's a sizable fridge. It can hold quite a few. We've got a water bottle in there, a soda bottle, soda can. We've definitely done some shopping on Main Street, so we got some candy in there. And we do have an ice box in there too, so if you have a nice cube tray, you can actually freeze your own cubes and not have to go to the front desk or the ice machine. We do not have that, so we're making runs. On the right-hand side, this top drawer just contains your corkscrew in case you order room service wine. Underneath that drawer, you will find your iron, It's a weird place to keep it, but it's here. To the left of that whole shebang is your closet, and it's an interesting closet because it doesn't have a door. It has a curtain. You will need to unhook this little tab in order to slide it back. And then you'll find all of our stuff. One thing that I did wish I had figured out earlier on in our stay is that these pillows in this closet, they're not just extra pillows, they're firmer, flatter pillows. The pillows that are on the bed are very fluffy. I actually had a little bit of a harder time sleeping because I'm used to a firmer pillow, so if you need to swap them, your spares are in here. Now, having said that, our bed is actually very comfortable. I don't have any complaints. Ours is a king size with a mattress topper and a down comforter. This is a cushion back headboard, which means you're not banging your head off anything in the night. If you're a tosser and a turner like me, you'll find this very soft and comfortable. As I mentioned earlier, these pillows are very poofy. If there's one modern touch in this room that I'm especially appreciative of, it is this. Both sides of the bed, just above the nightstand, have 2 USB outlets. Now my side also has AC outlets. Katie's side is the master switch, which turns off all the lights in the room. You also have this space underneath the nightstand where they've given you a little shelf to shove a couple of small items. Katie's got her iPad tucked into her side. I've got the hard drive that we use to edit on mine and some headphones. It's a great little space to keep your knickknacks out of sight and out of mind, while at the same time incredibly close and easy to reach. Both sides of the bed also have this handy dandy reading lamp, which for some reason sets off a lot of banding in the camera here, so I'm not gonna keep that on, but it's a very handy tool to have late at night. As I mentioned, Katie's side has master lighting on and off, in addition to her 2 USB ports. Then she also has an alarm clock, and the TV remote was sitting right here as well when we walked in. You do have basic cable available here. We have been watching a lot of Animal Planet over the last 24 hours. And most of our watching has been done from this comfy chair. Worth noting as well that under the bed, on both sides, you do have storage capacity for little things. Your suitcase isn't gonna fit in here, but a couple of small items certainly will. Now for the sake of the tour, we've had these blinds open here so you can see out into the courtyard. I'll walk you out there in just a little bit. If you prefer privacy though, you do not have to keep these open. You can slide this tab to the left or the right to shut out the outside world. If you would prefer to raise or lower the blinds, just drag this all the way down. This is obviously your exterior lock. And this is the door that leads outside. Ta-da! Welcome to the courtyard. From our back door, we can actually walk right down the stairs into the community area. This courtyard is full of chairs and tables where you can hang out. If you've grabbed lunch from somewhere else, you can sit down and enjoy it. There is a private exterior hotel shower where if you're coming back from the beach, you can step in and rinse off before you head into your room. There's a lift here for handicapped guests as well, but it does need to be operated exclusively by hotel staff. So you're gonna need an escort if you're gonna need to use the lift. There are also bikes and golf carts for rent. The former is much easier to acquire than the latter. Those golf carts are typically having to be reserved a couple months out, so we weren't lucky enough to rent from the hotel during our stay, but we were able to get a golf cart from a nearby provider for our day yesterday. You can check out our other vlog on Cape Charles to see how we did that. A quick note that because our room and others in this hotel complex are directly adjacent to this community area, the entire hotel complex does have quiet hours. They start at 10 p.m. So make sure you're in your room and you're quiet by that time so your neighbors can sleep. I am gonna go ahead and take you guys back inside through the back door using my key card. However, we are gonna be entering a slightly more crowded area. So instead of vlogging over top of all of this, how about a little bit of VO? Alright, so I was wrong about how many people we'd see in these community areas, but I stuck with the VO anyway. The lobby is every bit as modern and contemporary as our room, with plenty of space to spread out and tons of nautical decor. This is, after all, a beach town. You can check in with concierge to rent one of the hotel's bicycles or golf carts, and to request room service if you'd like to replace towels or get your trash emptied. From the lobby, you can also access the Almeta Cafe, which serves a complimentary assortment of yogurt, fruit, and coffee for hotel guests, and also sells select baked goods for walk-ins and hotel guests who want something a little more substantial for breakfast. There's also a walkthrough to Chuckletown Productions, an adjacent boutique that sells all kinds of Cape Charles branded merch, and to Seagrass, which unfortunately was closed during our visit, but seems to carry some amazing glass and novelty items. In this same little passageway, you'll find a community bathroom that is accessible to hotel guests only and will require your room key in order to open. And this is why you want to hold on to your room key at all times, because there are some areas that only registered hotel guests can access. The hotel may look small on the outside, but there are dozens of rooms hidden in a maze of hallways that seems to go on forever. Luckily, in every hallway, you'll find a soft bench to take a load off with even more USB ports so you can charge up for the day. Well, I was very wrong about the number of people I expected to see in these hallways just now, so let's hope that trend holds for our grand finale. We are in the south stairway, headed for the 3rd floor, where we have private access to the veranda. Up we go, up we go, up we go, up we go. Look at all of this room for activities. Veranda is open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., offers you a beautiful view of Cape Charles. If you come out here in the morning, you can actually catch the sunrise. If you come out here in the evening, you can catch the sunset. Sunset's gonna be down towards the harbor, sunrise is gonna be that way towards the town. But any time is a great time to soak up some wind and some rays. Last thing I wanna touch on really quickly is parking. They do not have a parking lot here, but like everywhere else in Cape Charles, you can park pretty much anywhere you find a spot. There's plenty of parking street side, there's some private lots for certain destinations, certain shops have their own spots that allow you to park there. But we were able to find a spot directly in front of the hotel at both 11 p.m. when we first got in and in the middle of the day at around 1 o'clock. No real issue. So that's it. This concludes our grand tour of the Hotel Cape Charles. Amazing place. We were really lucky to find it. We were really lucky to be able to book it on a holiday weekend when I expected it to be much, much busier. The one thing I would do differently is call ahead to rent a golf cart, because that makes it a lot easier to get around town.
And more fun.
And more fun. If you're interested in seeing what the town is like, what the offerings of the town are, where you can eat, drink, and be merry, that is actually going to be in our other vlogs, so go ahead and hop over to that vlog to see what Cape Charles is like. But as far as the hotel goes, very satisfied, couldn't be happier with our stay. Pretty cost effective as well, compared to what we're used to just traveling all over the country. So I really enjoyed this place. I'm glad that we were able to book here, and I look forward to coming back the next time we're in town. Be well, guys, stay healthy, and remember that every day is a new adventure. Tim, Katie, we'll see you next time.